very rare to find. Maybe about a half dozen of these would have been made for friends and family. And whenever something's notorious, it does gain value.
Yeah, and I have no idea what it's worth.
The photos themselves, I really can't put a value on. I mean, they're pretty unique. They're certainly not worthless. This badge right here, it's absolutely notorious. I think it's about a $50 item at least.
Okay.
The Wheaties box, at least $150 with a lot of room beyond that, given the right collector. You have about a $200 collection here.
Okay. I'll take it.
I am now live on YouTube. I saw it
Thanks,
pop
man. I
up.
appreciate it.
Anytime.
Appreciate it, buddy.
You got it. And good luck.
Thank you.
I don't know, man. I know Jeremy's right, and it's probably got some value. I just don't think we can sell it. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do with it. I'll give you $150 for it. It's weird and a little macabre, but I think that sort of adds to it, so.
How about 4? You got the personal photos and the badge.
You know what? Jeremy said it's worth 200. I think I can actually probably get a little bit more. I mean, I'll give you the $200, but that's it.
You can't do 3.
No, I'll give you $200 for all of it. That's what I could pay you.
All right.
All right, sweet.
Cool. Thank you.
Come with me over here.
Okay. I feel okay about that, but since it's my mom's item, when I get the $200, I'm gonna have to give it right back over to her. I'm hoping that she'll just at least split it with me. She still comes up with $100. I come up with $100 too.
Okay, what do we got?
I've got a piece of sports memorabilia.
You want to pay attention?
It's a ticket stub from the 1900 Olympic Games.
Okay. Oh, wow. The second modern Olympics.
Yes.
I mean, it's very interesting. It's historically significant and all that other fun stuff, but it's French.
I love collecting Olympic tickets. I'm looking to sell so I can turn around and pick up some of the few that I need to complete my collection. I'm asking $200, but I would entertain maybe $100 for this particular ticket.
This is deeply cool. You know, the first modern Olympic Games were in Greece in 1896, and most people thought it was just a one-shot deal.
They were going to just do it in Athens every 4 years. And then Paris has the World's Fair going on, and who's ever in charge of the World Fair talked to Athens into saying, hey, let's have that Olympic thing at the World's Fair this year. And it pretty much got upstaged by everything that was going on at the World's Fair, and no one really paid attention to the Olympics.
Exactly. And there was a lot of unusual events that took place. One of the controversies was they used live pigeons in the shooting. Can you imagine how that would have gone over today?
It was a different world back then. Olympic items are almost always collectible. What makes this special is its age. We get stuff from the 50s and the 70s, but from the early 1900s, rarely. It's a cool thing. It's really fancy Art Nouveau engraving. How much you want for it?
I would like to get $200 for it.
I'd prefer to pay $100
Blake,
for
I
it.
appreciate the follow. Thank you.
How about 150? It's probably the oldest Olympic ticket you'll find.
I imagine the ones from 1896 would probably be the most expensive, most desirable. How about 125?
Well, I think we could reach an agreement there.
It's a deal.
Great.
Hey, you want to run them up some?
Yeah, meet me over there.
The first offer was a little low, but $125, that is a fair price for both of us.
What do we have there?
We've got a 1936 Olympic pin from Berlin, Germany.
Where in the world did you find this?
Well, 2 or 3 years ago, I was playing poker with this old German man. We called him Goose. I beat him out of a couple $100, and he only had 100. He drank so much that night, he wanted to give me that for the other 100, so I took it.
Okay, and where are you from?
From Arkansas.
Is that legal there? No comment?
Pocket Kings, look at that. All right, finally got the blunt rolled up. It's kind of on life
This pin, I think,
support
was
at the
from
moment,
1936
but
Olympics, back when Hitler was in
I think
charge.
it'll smoke.
So it was a very
I hope.
controversial Olympics.
Hey,
Wanna
Zigzag,
sell
I
this pin
appreciate the
today
blinker
because
and the
it's finally
redeem.
time to collect the
Maybe
100
just step
bucks
out of the
that
way
old
quick.
Goose owes me.
This is pretty cool. This was the first mega Olympics like we're used to today, where it's like this grand event. I mean, Hitler wanted
Why
to
does
show
there
the
always
world
have to
that
be
he
an
had the
ace?
master race
Why?
and the greatest economy and all this other stuff, and all he really did was show the world he was an ass. But the people in Berlin sort of liked it because it was the first time in years where they actually had a little bit of freedom.
Okay.
The 1936 Olympics happened at a really crazy time. Hitler was in power, but when the Olympic Committee granted Berlin the right to the Olympics that year, he wasn't in power. They never expected this racist a-hole to be running the Olympics. So you're in this thing $100.
Yes, sir.
And how much do you want for it?
Thinking about 300.
Well,
All right, turn that on.
I mean,
Oh,
it's really
my.
historically significant, but every other gift shop would have these things.
I have to fold them. I have
So,
to.
I'll
Someone
give you
has an
75
ace.
bucks.
Can't do 200?
I'll tell you what, I'll give you $100.
$100, that's it, huh?
$100 is it.
All right, let's take it.
All right, cool. Thanks, man.
Let's let that there for a minute.
Come on over here, I'll write you up.
Yes, sir. I'm not sure what I'm going
Did
to
we
spend
see what he had?
$100 on, but one thing I know is I won't be gambling with
Yeah,
you
he had
because
the
it took me
ace.
3 years to get my money.
Hey, how's it going?
Figured.
I brought this
Cheers.
stadium
The
coat
blinker.
worn by a U.S. athlete that competed in the 1956 Winter Olympics.
Hey, Pops.
What?
You look stylish in this. You want to try it on?
Okay. I look like a polar bear.
I decided to come to the pawn shop today to
I didn't
sell
even
my
realize
Winter
this was all
Olympics
Olympic stuff.
coat. Well, buy
I was
vintage
rolling the blunt. I'm
clothing,
listening to it. I'm like, wow.
probably the most
Seems
historical
like it's
thing
one
I've
Olympic
ever
item
found.
after another. Yeah,
I
well,
think
it says
the
right
coat
here.
is worth at least $1,200, but I'd be willing to negotiate.
Where did you get this thing?
I bought it at a thrift store in New England, and I saw this patch, and when I checked the interior, it's when I saw the label that said that the wool was loomed especially for the USA Olympic Team 1956.
Okay.
And here's a picture of two of the athletes that won gold that year, wearing it on the front cover of Sports Illustrated.
It was the height of the Cold War and was the first year the Soviets had ever been in the Winter Olympics.
The televising of the Winter Olympics was a huge thing.
The 1956 Winter Olympics was the first to be broadcast on television in multiple countries all over the world. And because the Cold War was raging, the games became another propaganda tool.
Got you on
have the
TV
hood?
from YouTube? Nice. Let's go.
I was hoping
Finally.
you wouldn't notice
But it
that,
won't even.
but
The
it
next
is
time I go to
missing
start
the
the
hood.
stream,
Okay.
I'll have to
How
refix it
many have
again. I
survived
hate
really
YouTube.
out of 67?
It is a nice wool jacket.
Beautiful.
Even though it's missing the hood, this coat is amazing. In 1956, there was only 24 events in the Winter Olympics. Fewer events means fewer athletes, so this has to be rare.
All right, so what do you want to do with it?
I'd like to sell it.
Okay. And how much do you want for it?
I'm looking for $1,200. Well, I
Pocket
know, but
jacks.
where are you
Can we
gonna
do
find
something with
another
that?
one?
Normally, I'd call in a buddy of mine to check this out, see what it's worth, but he's out of town at the moment, so
So what are you thinking?
I think
Another
like
ace.
$600.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that seems low.
If we knew what athlete.
Meet in the middle,
example,
900. You want
that
12.
would
They want to
raise
give you
the value
6. Go to 9.
tremendously.
Could you do 1,000? It's rare. Somebody wants this coat for their collection.
It's working just
I know
behind.
they're rare,
That's
okay,
weird.
but it's
That
not
I'm not
Olympic
honestly
metal.
sure about.
Right.
The best I can
Can
do
I-
is $600.
Can I do something here? Try to
I
take this
think
pot.
that's a fair offer.
$850, or I have to leave with the coat.
All right.
Ah, we came.
Beautiful.
All right, just tell me, what'd you get it for in the thrift store?
Less than $15.
That's a good score.
$850 is a lot of money for something you're not sure about. But if this coat is as rare as I think it is, I might have hit a home run. As soon as my buddy Jeremy gets back in town, I'll have him take a look.
He had the ace.
Hey, Jeremy,
Every
what's up?
time.
Rick, what's going on, man? I own Ultimate Sports Cards and Memorabilia here in Las Vegas, and I'm an expert in sports memorabilia and cards.
It's a 1956 Winter Olympics coat worn only by the athletes.
Well, the 56 Winter Games, it was only the 7th Winter Olympics ever. Most importantly, this would have been the Soviet Union's debut in the Winter Olympics. Their main focus was to demonstrate the superiority of communism. And they kind of did that by just obliterating the competition, winning 16 medals. It was the first time that they'd even ever played ice hockey, and they actually won the gold.
Well, it was The Soviets.
All right, let's check this
got
blunt.
themselves a hockey
I
team
think it's
and
ready
made
to light
them
up.
go 24/7 practicing. I imagine.
Right.
Yeah,
Or they would have killed them.
almost.
So how did the United States do that year?
Gotta
The United States
fix
did
this.
okay. We won 7 medals total. We definitely dominated in the figure skating. We won a silver in hockey, and for the U.S. hockey team, placing ahead of Canada, getting the silver in the Olympics, that was certainly a first for us and a big feat nonetheless. So what are your concerns about the jacket, Rick?
Basically, what is it worth? I mean, there's only 60-some made, which makes it pretty rare.
First of all, let's just go ahead and take a look.
There's
There's no
sevens.
hood, which I could see that from right here would snap on. And right here on the inside, we certainly do have some different tags right here. Okay. Well, what I can tell you is that this is, without a doubt, one of the coats issued to the 56 Winter Olympic team. This coat would have been given to all the different athletes and featured during the opening ceremonies as they marched into the stadium. Now, as far as the value goes, you'd
Well,
mentioned
we're gonna
that
light
it was
this
bought
up.
at a
I have
thrift
no
shop,
idea
so
how
we
it's gonna
couldn't pin it
smoke.
to any particular
If
athlete.
it's gonna smoke,
You know, had it
because I've
been the gold
royally
medal
screwed
winners in
this one
figure
up.
skating,
but
they would bump it up
go ahead and give it a
considerably.
shot.
The fact we're missing a hood, I would probably value this coat at $800.
Right.
That's it?
Yeah, just it is a narrow market for something like this.
Okay, damn, I paid $850 for it.
$850. Yeah, that's around what I would probably see it selling for. These are really rare and unique, so you might be able to turn it for something there, sure.
Well, it's all your fault I paid $850 for it because you were out of town and I just had to figure out a price.
We're supposed to make money. You paid too much again. You
I
screwed
didn't
up
pay
again.
too much. I still think I'll make money off it, all right?
Whatever. You got a nice jacket, Rick.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome, Rick. I'll see you guys.
Hey, thanks, guy.
Anytime.
No, I can't know everything.
You should.
Kinda smoking a little bit. All right. Oh, you know what? I did say I was gonna put on Joe Rogan, right? That's what I said. I said that. I got this one here. This one is one I was looking into a little bit. About the aliens. So let's see what's going on.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
What's up? How are you, man?
Hey, good.
Thanks for coming here. Appreciate it.
Yeah. No, it's a pleasure.
You've been on a whirlwind sort of tour. I guess we should start from the beginning.
Yeah.
So, first of all, lay out to people what your job was with the military and how this all started for you.
Yeah. So I was an intel officer in the
Smoking
Air
with your
Force for
cigarettes,
14
but still, all
years,
right.
7
Let's go. We're
active, 7
as long as it's
reserve.
smoking something.
Then I kind of had like a parallel track.
And
in the
Zigzag's got
civilian
his vape.
intel world when I became a reservist. And ultimately, I got brought back in civil service in a government way at the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency a couple years ago at a senior level. So I was a major in the Air Force and a GS-15 at NGA, which is like a full bird colonel equivalent civilian employee. I'm very humbled that I was able to kind of get that kind of job. But my career mostly, I didn't even really think about this topic. UFOs were not on my radar. I wasn't really a believer. I was agnostic about it. Most of my career, I did a lot of behind the door special access program, technical type activities. I was kind of a space intelligence expert, a cyber intel expert. And like I said, this was
what
not
a
on my radar at
beautiful
all.
flop.
I would joke with my buddies because I used to handle
That
the
doesn't
presidential
get much
daily
better.
brief for the National Reconnaissance Office director in my military capacity as a reservist. And I was well clear to hundreds and hundreds of compartmented programs. And, the joke was like, when are we going to get the read on for the crazy shit? And that never happened.
You needed that pot.
And I do remember the day that I really can remember that I was like, what's with this UFO stuff?
Can you turn it up a bit? Oh,
I was briefing a senior person at the CIA into a couple hundred special access programs.
I know how that is.
So I was at
And
the
if you can still
headquarters
hear
at
me
the
when I talk.
agency, and after the indoctrination I was giving to the senior person, this person who worked with Lou Elizondo previously was like, yeah, Dave, have you ever heard of this guy, Lou Elizondo? He's running some UFO program at the Pentagon. We all think he's crazy. And I'm like, I don't know who this guy Lou Elizondo is, and I don't know of any kind of UFO program, so that sounds nuts to me. But lo and behold, and that was like early 2017, and lo and behold, in December 2017, that New York Times article came up with that named the ATIP program and the OSAP program, so Advanced Aerospace Weapons Systems Application Program, and the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program being the other acronym. And I was like, holy shit, wait, that's that guy Lou Elizondo that I heard about. You know what? I think I have heard of OSAP. When I was a lieutenant, I used to read these reports from the Defense Intelligence Agency on black holes and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's like stupid. Why is the DIA looking into black holes, time warps? It just didn't make any sense to me back in like 08, 09 when I was a lieutenant. And all of a sudden, I'm like, well, maybe there's something to this UFO thing. I'm not saying I was like a believer either way on the subject, but this was a topic of concern apparently for the Pentagon. And in 2018, I started doing kind of what I call my open source literature review. Like, let me spin myself up on this topic, watching Chris Mellon, Lou Elizondo, Leslie Kean, all these people talk about the subject. And then, just trying to understand, so what is this with UFOs? Has this been going on for a while? The answer is yes, like Foo Fighters, sightings of weird stuff in antiquity, etc., which we can get into later. But and so early 2019 comes along, and my boss at the National Reconnaissance Office in kind of my Air Force major capacity forwarded me an email from what became stood up in I guess it was 2018, which was the
This is kind of smoking.
unidentified, it was aerial, now anomalous phenomena task force, UAP task force. So the UAP task force director sent my boss an email saying, hey, we're looking for a rep to the task force. And as like any good officer, I was like, well, I'll put it on my performance report. Hey, I was on a task force, and that would look good. And I, being well cleared, and also a bachelor's degree in physics, master's in intelligence analysis, I'm like, you know what? I'll figure out what this shit is. It's either going to be weather shit, maybe it's an adversarial program, maybe it's like a U.S. program people are misidentifying on rare occasions. So fuck it, I'll go see where the data takes me. And early 2019 or so, I joined the UAP task force, and then I started interviewing pilots, flag officers, general officer equivalent type Navy folks, and they were seeing some really crazy shit. And like a
I've been hearing
event that I
about that a
talked
while.
about previously publicly
Pilots,
in a
things,
YouTube video on
stuff you can't
the,
explain.
Yes Theory channel. There was this one 30-year senior Navy officer that he was going to work sober, no predisposition for fantasy, all that kind of stuff, because I interviewed the individual for a couple hours, and he saw this crazy triangle hover over his car going to work at a certain naval facility, and it blew his mind. He was serious. The paint on his car turned milky white after the incident. So that's, to me, that sounds like ionizing radiation. So like ultraviolet, just like how your headlights get all foggy over time if you park your car out in the sun. Same phenomenon just happened, within 24-hour period. And I'm like, whoa.
Oh, I hit the straight.
If this is true, and the oral testimony and, crazy radar data that I saw when I was on the task force, stuff making turns that didn't make any sense.
Come on.
Well, holy shit, what is this stuff then?
This anomaly with his paint, is this documented? Is this photographs? Or
Yes, I saw photographs. It was documented, yeah.
And what is there a conventional explanation?
I mean, based on what he described, something to rapidly ionize his paint like that within a day, I can't think of anything off the top of my head in terms of some conventional aerospace technology. And this was a certain facility in the continental U.S. This was not overseas. So it's not like our adversaries flying some spooky thing in U.S. airspace.
So this thing hovered over his car for how long?
Couple minutes while he was traveling at about 60 miles an hour. So it was pacing.
How
his
far
vehicle.
away from his vehicle?
It's probably a couple hundred feet in altitude. It was less than 1,000 feet, which is
Really?
also bad because from an airspace perspective, pilots would know this. Anything under 1,000 feet, no, unless you get special clearance, and you only do that over controlled airspace, like a military test range.
Watched enough airplane
fly
videos.
low,
That's true.
that kind of thing.
So is he on what kind of a highway is he on?
A conventional civilian highway.
Civilian highway. So anyone could have been on it.
Yes.
And it just happened to be this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Did he have any other experiences with this thing?
No, this was like a once in a lifetime thing. He kept it to himself for a couple years, but then he,
So
the task force.
what was
came
his
out.
name?
I don't. What he's
Okay.
That individual's still on.
Let's
active
call him
duty.
Bob.
Yeah.
So, but did anybody say to him, "Hey, Bob, what the fuck happened to your car?"
You know, that's a good question. I don't remember if people asked
Do I
him
call
about his
this?
car. So he took
That's-
pride in his car, so it actually was probably more upsetting to him
I
personally.
think
kind
it's
of
only
car was it?
$5,000.
It was
We
like a
lose,
Toyota
we're still in
or
good
something,
shape.
so-
Okay.
Yeah.
So
do it.
all of a sudden, his Toyota's fucked. So
Yeah.
it's- Okay. And
I was thinking of
so
Flop a Queen.
did he have to report this? Is this something that?
He did not report it, to my knowledge, to anybody. It wasn't until he reported it to us about 5 years later that it happened.
So, are these kind of experiences something that a lot of these pilots are embarrassed about discussing or have apprehension about discussing because they could be ridiculed?
I mean, I just seen
Yeah, a lot
they're-
of people that are on flight status, they don't want to be sent to the psych, right? You know, there's a whole aerospace physiology kind of empire in the military. And if you're an operator or a guy, a missile key turner, you're on what they call a personal reliability program. If you're taking Tylenol, you got to report it. If you have a fever, you got to report it because you're in control of nuclear weapons when you're on duty. So
Right.
yeah.
And so this idea of being predisposed to fantasy, that's also something that they sort of talk to these people about or try to get a gauge of.
Yeah. These are people that are very sober-minded. I mean, this individual was early in the morning, going to work, not under the influence of anything, and that person had a similar clearance as mine, TSSCI. So we've gone through
TS. What's that?
Top secret, Sensitive Department of Information clearance, and just like myself, I've been through multiple polygraphs in my career. So did this individual. So.
Does he have any
yeah.
idea or any theories about why this thing was following him?
No, that's what freaked him out the most because he didn't have any experience in his life like this. It totally blew his mind when he looked out his moonroof and then looked out the side of his car door and saw this 300-foot triangle. It was like pre-dawn sky, but it was darker than the pre-dawn sky, and it had this plasma edges, it was
he was the king.
purplish glowing edges, and
afford
these
beats
three
me.
lights that had these omnidirectional, almost like pool lights. How there's
One
you
more.
can't really tell where the light source is, and it was totally trippy. And that's just one example of many anecdotal with some evidence, pilot
that's four.
stories. And that's what made me dig deeper, and I started, cultivating my network. Has the government studied this before? This wasn't just OSAP and ATIP and Blue Book and all this shit in the past, right? This seems serious. So, certainly the government has looked at this, and, I went to search for that program, and that's what I ended up whistleblowing on, right?
So how did you initially discover this program, and what was your first encounter with the information?
A very senior individual in the intel community came to me when I guess I was asking a lot of questions because I'm a very inquisitive guy, and it was like, hey, I need to introduce you to somebody. He listed that certain person's academic credentials, which were beyond reproach, PhD level education, clearance. Resume was insane. I'm like, well, okay, sure, I'll talk to this person.
ace, but very low
and I
kicker.
ended up meeting that person in
He's coming out swinging.
top secret facility, and he started
Last time he only had a
discussing
4.
hey, there's a program, I was on it, and we were reverse engineering crash material that we've recovered over the decades, and he's like, I'm not joking. We're telling you because you guys have to report to the Deputy Secretary of Defense and Congress on this matter, right? And we were actively briefing like Secretary Esper, Deputy Secretary Norquist,
He's king,
other
maybe.
cabinet level folks, right? And it's like there's an oversight issue because you're the UAP task force. You should be read into this stuff because like why spend the taxpayers dollars looking at stuff that we already have data on?
Right.
So that spooked me, and that was like fall of 2019. And, I don't take a guy's word for it. I'm like, you know what? Myself and my trusted colleagues that had a lot of special accesses like me, we cultivated our network, and we ultimately interviewed about 40 people or so, all the way up to multi-star generals, directors of agencies, mid-level guys that literally touched it, worked inside of it, all the stuff. They brought intel reports for me to look at, documents, and a lot of that I could verify with other oral sources that my high-level colleagues or I talked to, and it checked out. Especially when I had enough information on, and I know who specifically to ask. Like, hey, well, I went right into this.
Nothing now.
Like, I'm on the UAP task force, and we went to those. I'll call them gatekeepers for the lack of a better term, and they basically said, fuck you to
I could try to bluff.
and my colleagues.
So why were these other people willing to discuss this with you?
Well, they determined I didn't need to know. I was already cleared at such a high level, handling presidential material and everything. It's like Dave needs to know. And they felt that coming to us, it was a form of a protected disclosure. They felt that they weren't really violating anything because, we were I'll call it the investigatory body for the Department of Defense and the intelligence community and Congress at the time. And they, you are allowed to, disclose to a government official in an official capacity. And I, did that. And, of course, I protected those people. And I took those people, a lot of them, and I brought them to the Intelligence Community Inspector General when I filed my complaint. Because I don't want people to hear it from a secondhand source. People call it hearsay, whatever. Though I have some firsthand knowledge, I eventually talk about someday. I'm trying to get it cleared, but through security processes, so they could hear it and hear the details, like who, what, when, where, why, where the shit is, who's in control of it, what are the cover programs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, and that's what deemed my complaint credible and urgent in July 2022, which is my complaint, yes, was about reprisal too. I filed that separately eventually to the Department of Defense Inspector General. And that's an ongoing investigation, but it was my congressional oversight
my cam off.
UAP crash retrieval allegations that was deemed credible and urgent. It was sent to the Director of National Intelligence, and then it was sent to the Congressional Intelligence Committees around that time, July of 2022. And I eventually went to Congress in December of 2022, and it's a crazy story why it took so long. It's fucking nuts. But I provided total about 11 and a half to 12 hours of classified testimony to the congressional staffers and their lawyers for both the House and the Senate. And I went, full open kimono. I mean, I told them as much as I could within my time slot, if you will.
So this is obviously very compartmentalized,
Yes.
where there's only a few people that know about this information, and they're not allowed to discuss it with other people.
Mm-hmm.
When did this all start? I mean, is this out of Roswell? Is it predate that? Like when?
Every time I
when
have
did they
a
first
semi-good hand.
realize that there
All it
are
needs is a 9
things
or
that
2
cannot be
spades.
explained
Well,
or
I
can't be
can't call
explained
it.
through conventional means?
Yeah, I mean, the program goes back a ways. The precise beginning of it, I can't talk about, but I did, because of security stuff, but I did talk about publicly the 1933 retrieval, and I did that tactically, and I ran that through the Security Approval Office because I wanted to show that this is much older and it's international. It's not like a U.S. thing. I mean, this stuff is landing or crashing around the world, and unexpected countries have had this happen, and that's why I picked that, because I thought that was a interesting case. And then, of course, the Pope Pius XII and the Vatican were involved, back-channeling it through the OSS, which became the CIA later, to FDR, and that's how the U.S. knew something weird happened in Italy right before World War II. But
so this was 33 was the first documented.
That is the earliest one I can talk about. Yeah,
there's something that predates that.
You could infer that.
You could infer that.
Yeah.
So this 33 one you said was in Italy?
Yeah, Magenta. So it's I'm bad at geography. I think that's like a Lombardy region. It's like northwest Italy.
And what's the story behind it?
So basically it looked like it crashed, right? The original shape most likely was like a lenticular disc-like craft, with like two dinner plates.
What
right?
does lenticular mean?
So like two dinner plates, smushed together, right? The hump, and there's like a bubble on top.
Like the classic,
saucer. Like that.
Like that. Okay.
But it looks like when it hits, the edges broke off, so it became this like bell or acorn shaped thing, and there was nothing in it. It was like just an artifact. There was no biological remnants, if you will. So it's so funny because the Italians were so confused, they actually called up the Germans and they were like, is this one of your Wunderwaffe? Like, what the hell just crashed in northern Italy? Mussolini, and this is all publicly available information because some Italian researchers found all these original documents that some people were sitting on for years in Italy. They put a gag order on the press, etc. And Mussolini asked the Germans to come down. And of course, the Germans came down and they were like, that is not ours, but let's look at it together. So that's kind of perhaps a tertiary reason the kind of Axis powers got together. I'm not saying that's like the reason, but I think the Italians and the Germans were so intrigued with what they found from like an artifact perspective. There was at least some scientific and military collaboration during the war, the details of which I'm not sure of, but I know people that know that specific event that are currently still intel officers within this program in detail. But
so was there witnesses to the crash or some sort of an understanding that something had crash landed and then they discovered it?
Yeah, I forget the precise discovery. I don't know if it was like local police officers or local farmers found it in the field, something like that. I don't want to misspeak. I assume some of the Italian researchers might have some fact witnesses that can orally say, "Oh yeah, my great-grandfather found it" or something like that. But I don't remember.
And what was the scale of this vehicle?
It was probably like 20 feet by 10 feet, something like that. Not super huge, but kind of big.
Do they think that this was a drone? Do they think that this was occupied?
There was nothing in it. So if it was.
We are not in good
piloted,
shape,
if you will,
but
by
we
some
did make it to the
sentience.
first break.
Your guess is as good as mine.
That's
so.
something, I guess. We just need to start hitting a hand. Every time we have something, it's like everybody has something better.
So we knew where it was being stored at a particular location after the crash, and then the military came in and we grabbed it towards the end of the war, 1944, 1945, because, like I said, Pope Pius XII already kind of let FDR know.
Why did the Pope get involved? Because it's
in
Italy?
Well, interestingly enough, there's like a whole history of human intelligence prior to World War II and old money, the Vatican, the Italian mob, kind of the old country boys did a lot of informal intelligence collection for the U.S., and there's probably some books you can read on it, but it's really interesting. Human intelligence collection wasn't really formalized until the Office of Strategic Services, the OSS, which became the CIA in 1947. You had, Paul Mellon and all these other affluent guys of all these old money families that basically created the CIA. So that's probably the reason why.
So this thing that was recovered, this was the first documented one that the United States had access to?
I can't get into if it was the first or not, but it was an early one.
Very early.
Yeah.
So it's almost 100 years ago.
Yes.
And so they take this thing and then they bring it where?
Yeah, I can't get into those.
Can't get into that.
No.
Okay. So they bring it somewhere in the United States. And was the attempt to try to back engineer this thing? Was the attempt to try to understand what it was?
Yeah, I mean, first of it, obviously, it's understanding the situation, right? What do we have our hands on? And like I've said in some other videos and stuff, that we took the Manhattan Project secrecy and overlaid it on this issue because that secrecy worked well for atomic bomb developments and whatnots. And certainly this whole program in a nutshell, if I were to like summarize the 90 plus years of history, it is a reverse engineering program to garner some kind of insight. And of course, not a lot of the things that we've learned from it are like directly, ripped off the technology we found, but it has inspired other innovations that made its way into other U.S. classified programs over the year for national defense reasons, and it's a myriad of different things. So
the UFO folklore is that this is where fiber optics were discovered first.
Yeah, I'm not going to break the seal on anything we've discovered or anything like that. And yeah, it's a place I can't go to.
How limited are you in what you can discuss and what you can't discuss, and why?
Yeah.
Why do they let you discuss any of this?
Yeah, so anything sensitive that I want to say as it relates to like U.S. government activity, whether it be intelligence stuff, military stuff, etc., I have to submit it through what they call DOPSR, DoD Office of Pre-Publication and Security Review. That is something anybody who's been an intel officer, anybody with like a clearance, has to submit that kind of stuff. Now, obviously, if you're writing a book about gardening, you don't have to. But if you're going to talk about anything military and intelligence related, you have to submit. So it's kind of a catch-22 for this office, right? They're only looking at it from a security perspective. They're not vouching for it or anything like that. And that's like any author, right? They could write a book about Navy SEALs and they're not vouching for the story. They're vouching that you didn't say any nasty code words. You didn't burn a specific ongoing classified program. And for them, I mean, I'm not in their OODA loop, but certainly it's a catch-22 for them where if they want to redact and they propose a redaction, they're like, hey, Dave, you can't say these sentences. You can rewrite it and resubmit. We can't necessarily tell you what agency said to redact it, but you're not allowed to say this. They would be basically self-certifying there's a there. So in my opinion, probably the policy is like, if it has to deal with the subject, we're not saying anything. We're not proposing any redactions. As long as he's not burning a conventional program, we kind of have to allow him to exercise his First Amendment rights. And so I think it's like a catch-22 for that office is kind of the short of the long answer.
So this is essentially one of the very early ones, 1933.
Mm-hmm.
How many crash retrieval incidents have there been?
It is double digit. The specific numbers I do know, however, I can't discuss that. And I know it sounds like, oh, I'm being coy or whatever, but this show, any other interviews I do, right, foreign intelligence services are watching, and it's like, I'm not here to help Russia and China calibrate their intelligence collection. Like, oh, Dave said it's this number. We missed a couple. Shit. Let's put it out for the KGB, SVR, and GRU are now going to hit the streets to try to figure out which ones they missed. So I'm here to protect national security, and I'm just trying to put all the general topics out there for public conversation to hold our government accountable, really. So, because I'm here as a fact witness, because we have a constitutional oversight issue because this program has not been reported to Congress in the appropriate way, and I can get into a senator I talked to that has died recently, so I can explain to you why I'm so sure. Besides what I read, which we can get into what intel reports I read, I did get some stuff cleared. So during my investigation, I'm like, you know what? I need to talk to somebody at the highest levels, right? So, and this will give you an idea of the kind of people we talk to. And this is the only one I'm going to talk about using their name because they died 2 years ago. So in spring 2021, I actually flew with a couple colleagues of mine to Las Vegas. And I met with Senator Harry Reid about 9 months before he died. And of course, he's a private citizen now. And I wanted to brief him on the topic and I wanted to get his kind of thought leadership on it because, he was a Gang of Eight member, right? Which is the top most cleared senators and congressmen. He was the majority leader, for God's sakes, of the Senate. And I knew, he helped sponsor the OSAP program that I mentioned and where they looked at Skinwalker Ranch and some other things. And I wanted to understand, like, what does Harry Reid actually know? Like, why did he, give $21 million to DIA and Bigelow Aerospace for this? So I'm sitting there in Harry Reid's living room, right next to him with some other witnesses that were there with me. And he straight up says, he's like, yeah, I knew we had UFO material. I was denied access for decades. I tried to get access. And then he explained some of his efforts during OSAP. And I was like, holy shit, did the former majority leader just say, did he just confirm this to me as well? I was already talking to these amazing high-level people, but I have Harry Reid literally saying, yes, we have material, and, he knew it was non-human.
Did Harry Reid have personal experience with this?
I don't know if he's had any personal stuff in his personal life.
I mean, did he see it? Did he
said,
witness?
In terms of seeing the material himself, he said he was denied access for years, decades was his term. And he actually told me on behalf of me, he had like a weekly call with President Joe Biden at the time. And he straight up said to me he was going to talk to President Biden about this issue, literally. And then what he was telling me about OSAP, I was like, holy shit, I have like 20 other people that told me this, dude. So the real history, what fucking OSAP was, because I think there's a lot of people
cannot get a hand.
out there
He's
that
tracking
think when they were
nothing.
looking at ghosts, Skinwalker Ranch, yes, they went to the ranch as a secondary and tertiary objective. But the real reason, so like there's a document that came out a couple years ago through FOIA from the Defense Intelligence Agency. There was this special access program request that Harry Reid, you might have seen this, I think like George Knapp and company have reported on this, that he sent to the Deputy Secretary of Defense, William Lynn. And it was asking for one of the most serious SAPs you can ask for, what they call a bigoted, waived special access program. So waived means it's limited congressional reporting. That is a class of special access programs. And bigoted means it's like by name. And it was like, you can read the FOIA document. It was like, Harry Reid, James Inhofe, Lou Elizondo, etc. And I'm like, why are you asking for the most serious SAP to be created for a program that ostensibly is looking at Skinwalker Ranch and stuff? And it doesn't make any sense. So what really happened there, and Harry Reid, God bless his soul, made this disclosure a couple weeks after we met in the New Yorker, and you can look this up. I think it was like a May 2021 New Yorker story where he says, I knew for decades, and he made this disclosure, not me, so I'm going to say the name of the contractor. Harry Reid said this. We knew that Lockheed Martin had this material for decades. I tried to get access, and I was denied. And specifically with the Lockheed Martin stuff, he was talking about during the OSAP program. And for the people who are on this program, I submitted this shit to DOPSR, got this cleared, so don't freak out, but I'm telling the truth here. So Lockheed Martin wanted to divest itself from this material at a specific facility that's known to me, that I provided to the Inspector General, like street address, all that shit, right? And the idea was if they made a security catcher's mitt for this shit, most serious SAP possible, the contractor and the other government customer, which was the Central Intelligence Agency, for that specific Lockheed material. And it was shit that they recovered from like the 50s and stuff. And it was like bits and pieces of like hall structure, shit like that. And so they were going to tech transfer it. And the $21 or $22 million was actually for Bigelow Aerospace to build out, facilities in Las Vegas and material analysis equipment. And I saw the staff meeting slides. I saw the paperwork. Like there's a paperwork trail I've seen on this shit. And I talked to the people involved in this program. And, even Jim Lukatsky, who ran the program, who's a retired DIA officer, PhD in engineering, even made this disclosure in his book, Skinwalkers at the Pentagon, page 152 to 153. And he also made a disclosure a couple weeks ago, I think it was on Weaponized podcast with Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, where he's like, yeah, we had a whole craft and we broke into the hall and we gained access. And he ran that through the same, security process as I did. And so Jim Lakatsky, who ran this program, is also going on the record that he is aware, personally aware of intact vehicles and everything. But
so they gained access. What does that mean? And by what method did they gain access?
The way he wrote it in his book, I can only infer it sounded forcible. So through some kind of, means, I don't know if it was like CO2 laser or something. I don't actually know how they gained access, but imagine it was not permissive access. They like broke into the damn thing.
So this thing is essentially sealed, and it's some sort of, what was the shape of this thing?
Lakatsky didn't disclose the shape on this particular vehicle, as far as I recollect.
What about the dimensions?
I don't believe he did in his book. But I think it's like chapter 11 in his new book or something. I glanced at it. But he did make that disclosure on video as well. And I do encourage both the Aero Office, which is the DOD's UAP task force successor, and Congress to ask Dr. James Lakatsky to come in for classified testimony, because the disclosure in his one book that he wrote with Colin Kelleher, George Knapp, and in the second book, well, the guy saying he has close personal knowledge, he needs to go to Congress. So I don't know James Lakatsky, but I do encourage him to be a fact witness. But going back to that transfer with Lockheed, long story short, can't get into all the nuanced details, but basically the CIA said fuck you to DIA and Lockheed, and it was totally killed. So Harry Reid's request to get the material transferred to the OSAP program was totally killed because of bureaucracy and kind of fiefdom stuff. So they used that money, and then they wrote those defense intelligence reference documents, the DIRDs, as a lot of people who's familiar with it listening will know about. And then they did look at Skinwalker Ranch because they thought that studying kind of the more woo-woo phenomenon aspects of this, and I've never been to the ranch, so I've never experienced the ranch for myself, but obviously I think we both know a bunch of people that have been to the ranch and have seen some trippy stuff, or at least allege that. They thought that they would be able to gain currency with the program, and in this case CIA, to unlock the key for the Lockheed Martin stuff, which actually, I'll tell you right now, it's like so weird to say that, but I ran that shit through security. To me it's like an out-of-body experience to talk about that kind of detailed sensitivity, stuff like that. But basically they studied the ranch to gain favor, to be like, hey, look at all this stuff we're figuring out, this paranormal stuff that's somehow connected to the phenomenon on the ranch. But ultimately they never gained favor with the government customer. And then the program kind of died a slow death because of a lot of politics in the Pentagon. So that's kind of the long but short of it with the OSAP program, that, I wanted to make sure the public knew it's not what you think it was. There was some other stuff behind the scenes that, I wanted to speak truth to power on.
So this particular vehicle that they had recovered from the 1950s, what was the source of it?
Oh, my bad. You ever watched the You Should Know podcast?
Those details...
I don't think so, actually.
I did not get cleared. So,
okay.
You want me to put it on?
So they have in possession this thing. They gain access to this thing. And what do they report once they've gained access to it?
I'm pretty high right now.
Those details I do not know. That's probably a question for Dr. Lakatsky. I presume he knows those details. I don't know.
So this thing is housed somewhere.
It is, yes.
Currently.
It may still be in the same location that I know about, yes.
And how many people have access to this, and how did they prevent this information from being released?
I mean, it goes back to the compartmentation and kind of the ecosystem of secrecy in this community, right? Only a limited amount of people, at least at the time, on Lockheed Martin's side. And Lockheed Martin was complaining basically like, look, like the secrecy's ridiculous. We can't even bring the right engineers. Like, imagine you're like a hot engineer, hot shot engineer. You might be hot too, I don't know. But that, you're fresh out of grad school. Maybe you're like the best PhD electrical engineer.
Yeah, I was looking it up here. There's one we went to Army Boot Camp. You Should Know podcast. They just uploaded it 11 hours ago. So if you guys want me to throw that one on, I can go ahead and do that. I don't care what we watch. I'm baked right now. All right, yeah, we'll throw that on. Get it over here. I appreciate the blinker hit. I will take it, but I have my clippers on. I'm smoking the roach from that blunt I rolled, so it'll be a couple minutes till I finish that one. Let me know how the sound is then.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the You Should Know Podcast, episode 123. Round of applause, please. Give it to me. Hey everybody, welcome back to the You Should Know Podcast, episode 123. If you're new here, if you haven't already, look below, you see the subscribe button pressed. You're wrong. If you look even more below that and you see the comment section is fulfilled with your name, guess what? Even more wrong. Go ahead and fill that out. Get your good karma. I know there might be a lot of new people here because we just came off of DreamCon Creator League. Round of applause for DreamCon Creator League. Listen. Let's be honest again. Like I have been every intro whenever we were pre-recording stuff. DreamCon hasn't happened yet. Do I think I had an exceptional performance? No. Do I think Cameron had an exceptional performance? 100%. He is the hooper. So round of applause for Cameron having an exceptional performance. Yep. And if we did not do good, ignore that. And if you clip that, I'm calling the police. Guys, we love you so much. To our Facebook friends, to our Facebook You Should Know Podcast family, boy, do we have some exciting things coming up. And in the next coming weeks, we have more announcements for you that is not just for Facebook, but it's going to change the trajectory of the You Should Know Podcast forever. Not just the You Should Know Podcast, to the tri-state area. Not just the tri-state area, to the whole country. Not just the country, to the whole world. And not to the whole world, but the whole universe. So make sure you are subscribed, following us on all our social medias, Patreon, Twitch, Discord, Facebook, YouTube, all the Instagrams. Guys, we have so many things coming. I know I say it every week, but every single week we're getting an inch closer to you, and you're going to be able to smell us in a second. We love you. Now on to the rest of the episode. The You Should Know Podcast. This episode of the You Should Know Podcast is brought to you by our friends at Manscaped. Fellas, do you want your grooming routine to be one and done deal? Well, the days of using the same trimmer for your face and your private parts are over, thanks to our friends at Manscaped. They've come up with the ultimate package to keep your hairs trimmed from 12 to 6, introducing the Beard and Balls bundle featuring the Lawnmower 5.0 and the Beard Hedger, a trimmer for the money maker and another for the boys downstairs. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code PSH at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code PSH at manscaped.com for the premium grooming experience. Trust Manscaped.
The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra ensures you're always looking your best below the waist, while the Beard Hedger takes care of everything above.
Above and below.
And just like the Lawnmower, the Beard Hedger is also waterproof, so you can handle your beard grooming right in the sink or in the shower, whatever you prefer, without worrying about water damage. With up to 60 minutes of runtime and an LED charge indicator, you'll never be caught mid-trim with a dead battery.
Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code PSH at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code PSH at manscaped.com. No more juggling multiple tools or dealing with subpar results. Just efficient, effective grooming whenever you need it. Now on to the rest of the podcast.
Yeah!
The You Should Know Podcast.
I don't know why that guy went all in with pocket fours. What was he even? That's crazy.
Back in the studio. There we go.
All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and take this
It's a
quick.
lot of people. We got Big Dog K-Rob in the building.
I'm
We got here in the
ripped,
Twitch
man.
fam.
That's a dog.
That's
that's a grown man ass bark. Do it again. I like that.
You know,
I like when your mouth goes adjacent to where you're looking.
Why is that? You ever had bad breath so bad whenever somebody's talking to you up close, you have to turn a little bit?
That I know you have.
Oh my God.
I know you have. At the gym the other morning, your it smelled like just stale saliva.
Yeah, that's
like just resting spit.
It's like
it
all
was
day
a
on
fountain of
you.
youth, but it was like slime.
Yeah, it sucks when you have to talk to people like you're smoking a cigarette in front of them.
Like, you know what, Patty? Like, I used to. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
You're like, what the? What's wrong with you?
It's a tough life. It's a tough life of those of the non-brushing community.
Oh my God! I
What?
know it's so early, but
What happened?
I have to expose him. I have to
Expose me?
I have to expose you.
What do you expose me
What
for?
you did at my house the other day is the most unhuman, inhumane thing
No,
I've
no,
ever.
no.
I'm saying.
No, there's certain things
No,
we keep
I
off
have
limits.
to say it, though.
There's certain things we keep
But I
off
have
limits.
to say it.
Party.
Hey, I'm gonna say it. If
I'm
it's
out,
too
ready
much,
to go to
then
bed.
post edit, you can cut it out. This man. Okay.
It was a tough day.
R.I.P. man. I am R.I.P.
After the gym, we come back to my house. We're about to tan at the pool, or my apartment, sorry. And we're sitting there, right? And again, he doesn't brush his teeth. You don't brush your. Why is that? Honest to God.
Because okay, can I tell you the honest truth why I don't brush my teeth?
Yes.
Because I have it's like a habit in me. When it's nighttime, time to go to sleeps, and I go into my bed. I have to eat in my bed before I go to sleep. Put on a movie. I have to. And then I just get into the function of eating in my bed right before sleep, and I don't have the willpower or grit to put my
I
2 legs
appreciate the
back on
hydrate.
earth and go brush.
No. There must be confusion in the air this morning. That's fine. That's your nighttime routine.
Yeah.
You're not brushing when you wake up.
Panic in the morning.
When God blessed you with another morning, you said, I'm ready to go. Brush your teeth in the morning.
No, I could.
Because think about it. You ate Harvest Cheddar Sun Chips and maybe some stale popcorn. You watched Elmo. You go to bed. You wake up 10 hours later. Your shit is rotten.
No.
Rotten.
No. Rotten. And you know the crazy part about the morning is I'll run warm water and put my mouth under and swish it around and spit it out. That's the sick part. I could just. It's the soreness of my shoulders in the morning.
To hell, what?
I have short shoulder syndrome.
Short shoulder. Back to it.
Okay.
We get back from the gym. Go to my apartment. We're waiting.
God
right?
bless.
I need to
We're
get
about
more
go tan the
water.
pool. You remember this?
I do.
Because it's unbelievable.
That's why I said don't say it.
So I go in my room. I'm checking on Liv. Oh, hey, babe, we're back. Da-da-da. You feeling good? Everything. Making sure Prego is good. When I come back out into my living room, I see Peyton. From the back, all I see is this. I'm like, what the f? I'm like, where'd you get beef jerky? What are you doing? This bastard is chewing on a dog dental hygiene stick.
No.
Because he thought it was applicable for all beasts and anything with the heartbeat. It's like you know how people like not tribes, but more of indigenous people, like how they can literally use like those sticks, or like, I don't even know what it is,
I've
like
never met
bamboo or
one.
something, but they chew on that shit. You thought you were on the History Channel.
No, I can explain it. It's you and Liv's fault. Because y'all are angry tyrants. Y'all are mean. And y'all said we have to be somewhere. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And I showered, and y'all are like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And I breathed out loud, and it went to my nasal cavity right there in the sphincter. Not the sphincter.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Your breath is asshole. You have asshole breath. That's what it is. That's where the confusion comes from.
No. Right there.
Regardless of what you're saying, where'd you get the stick? Let's start there.
Ruby's treat drawer.
Oh, Ruby's cabinet. The dog's cabinet with the dog's toys, the dog's treats, and the dog's spray.
But I grew up around a bunch of your people. One of them name was and he used to eat dog treats, and he was fine. He has a wife and kids now, and the kid has both eyes.
That's cool. It's gonna go to hell. Okay, let's start there. If he willingly ate dog treats, Tucker, I love you. You need to pray. Back to you. You definitely need to pray. You got it from the dog cabinet.
Yeah.
So at the basis of that, right?
Yeah.
You grabbed something for a dog.
No, you're acting like I was confused with what I was doing. I knew that was for dogs. I knew that was a hound utensil. but I was in
No,
a
no,
panic.
no, shut up.
Okay.
You knew that was for the dog.
100%. I know Ruby's drawer. That's Ruby's drawer, and I've seen her because I know Ruby's breath is adjacent to mine. We have parallel breaths.
Peyton, you're
both of that of the underworld and garbage.
Peyton, are you shitting me? Right? Are you being dead ass?
Dead ass, and that's certain things.
This whole time I've kept this in, waiting to get behind the camera. Because I thought I was gonna like shell shock you.
No.
I thought it was gonna be a surprise. You knew? You knew you were eating a dog dental stick.
100% aware of my situation. I was thinking that we had enough bond and trust that you wouldn't out me like that. Then now I'm gonna out you.
Are you shitting me?
Now I'm gonna out you.
The outing of me can wait maybe 20 more seconds. In a house full of humans.
Yeah.
You'd rather chew a bark stick than ask for toothpaste?
No, because Liv's gum makes me gag.
Ryan has Listerine. I have the doctor one.
You know,
toothpaste and water, swish it around, maybe.
You know,
you said, hey, hand me the bamboo with the jelly chicken flavored bacon inside. You are a gargoyle.
It was mint. It was mint. You know those are mint. And it helps Ruby's breath. These are green trees.
It was mint.
It was her green things. And I think I helped her buy some. And I said, that's for the both of us. That's a group project we got
We
going
both
on.
have ace queen. I can't win.
But it's not my fault because you and Liv are angry people whenever, and so whenever y'all really want to get somewhere, you don't give time for leniency. And you know how I am whenever there's a panic situation. I don't know how to function. And so I was like, the closest thing to me, I was already in the kitchen. I know Ruby's cabinet. I'm going to grab those goddamn mint treats. It makes her breath smell good. Didn't make mine smell good. It actually made it worse.
What do you know? Shocker.
I think it took enamel.
I actually don't know the price tag it would take for me to eat one of those. I really don't.
Oh, you should try.
And I'm a garbage disposal of a stomach and a throat syndrome man.
Cam, shut up.
I'll eat anything.
Whenever Ruby was first born and you were trying to create her into Bronny James Jr., you were trying to make her something she's not. You were trying to get her into military protection.
I was feeding her good.
And the first time you made her that weird-ass oat and kibble, put it in the microwave, put a little honey basil on it, all that weird shit, little pesto sauce for a dog that can't breathe on its own properly.
Pesto sauce? What am I making? Linguine? What am I doing? Pesto sauce?
Yes or no? The first time you made
If you say what I think you're about to
yes
say,
or no?
no.
Yes or no? You're like,
Hand
this
to
is my
God,
this
no.
is my daughter. This is my daughter. You put it in the microwave. The house smelled like asshole.
Oh.
You took it out. You got a spoon.
No, that's
yes,
what you're
you
like.
did. No. You're
No
like,
shot.
I'm a chef, and this
No
is my
shot.
daughter. I got to make sure she's gonna be
No
okay.
shot.
I'd take a little chef taste.
No
of it.
shot. I'm not Bigfoot like you over here. I'm not trying shit made for dogs. They walk on all fours. I treat my dog like a human. I love her to death. She's my little princess. She's crooked and fat, but I love her.
So
I'm
fat.
never gonna eat her kibble. Never tasted her kibble. Couldn't tell you what it tastes like.
Me and
her
Bigfoot-
multivitamin smells like asshole, bro. It is horrible.
Me and Bigfoot got a lot in common.
You do have a lot of. You have some would say too much in common with Bigfoot. Hair, wild.
Yeah.
Body hair, grizzly.
Keep going. What
the
else?
way you walk, nasty.
Keep
I
going.
might
What
have
else?
to raise it here. I got pretty
Oftentimes
good
naked.
odds for.
Oftentimes in natural habitat.
What else do we got in common?
And then, I don't
straight.
stop it.
What
do you-
else we got in
stop it.
common?
I've never seen Bigfoot's genitalia.
Oh, but
I
if
can't
you could
compare
assume,
I can't compare you to it.
you could assume. Bigfoot's meat versus the Loch Ness monster. Who you taking in the verses? Who's got the bigger snake?
I need a 3.
You know what I mean?
Loch Ness monster.
I'm gonna
Wait, are
fold
you
it.
the Loch
I
Ness?
can't.
No, I'm the
I
Bigfoot.
just can't
Okay,
do
I
it.
got hair. You got it.
Okay.
You have to have a headlight
No, you have
flashlight to
have a
find my
headlamp
penis.
and gloves. Good gardening gloves to find your Johnson. Your shit is behind California red oak.
You have to.
It's Dora the Explorer. That's a young.
That's
a young
strange
lady.
thing to say.
That's a wild joke. I apologize.
You have to put on a safety vest. Yeah, you can see it.
All right,
nighttime, Nick.
that's pretty good.
Have cones. You have to
That's
section
pretty
off.
good.
Those little flags they put in the grass so they know to spray there. It's like, not here.
You can't escape it.
They go to the next section.
Oh, I have to fold that too.
Yeah, fun fact.
I'm just gonna blind myself out at this point, man. I can't get anything.
On a Nintendo 3DS.
That's hilarious, though.
You know, God bless you. You ever seen your shit in 3D before? Come on now. Talk about exploration, huh? Never seen the bass like that.
You took a picture of your mic.
But
on a
but I do hope the
Nintendo
surgery went
3DS.
well.
You open that 3DS, you don't know if you're
going to hell. You're going to hell. Oh my God!
You don't know if you're gonna see Mario Kart on my penis. You know?
Imagine Preston's popping up to open up Zelda. He's trying to go find the scroll, and he sees a Johnson just sitting there in 3D. Oh, imagine your mom. Oh my God! She goes to a little birthday gift. She's gonna go buy you a DLC pack. She opens it up to her kid's rock hard Johnson because you weren't soft. You definitely had some fanny flutters before you took the picture.
He doesn't care either way, but I feel bad. Yeah, he doesn't care.
That's a blessing.
I'm sure. I'm sure you've smelled a lot of his already by this point.
And then my dad opens it, he's like, "That's my son."
Your dad goes, "Hey,
Trust me, I've been in a room with him and in a car, you know.
They like a pulsing penis picture.
Yeah.
Like not like
it's more vascular.
It's not. I agree on that. The blood is surging. It's going in and out. It's
kid's gonna watch this.
Yeah, this is sick. Oh my God! I hope I don't have a girl for that. I'm so sorry. For the rest of my life, I have to watch what I say on here, but I'm not gonna. So,
Oh God.
this is your dad, and this is who I am.
No, Dad has 3DS, and I was like, "Oh wow."
Hey, you're not getting a Nintendo for your birthday. Let's start there.
I found a birthmark I didn't know was there. You ever find a birthmark?
You have a birthmark on your Johnson?
Yeah, but it takes up 90% of it. I was wondering why it was 2 shades darker.
No. No.
I was like, is that because I'm biracial, or is that because I'm...
It's definitely because you're biracial.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely because there's so much bacteria down there. They're probably eating the top layer of the skin, and for natural selection to occur, your skin had to deploy a defense mechanism, and it made it darker, and it somehow is saving it. Are you telling...
I would have won that.
I want you to think about what you just said.
Yeah.
You're claiming you have a birthmark
On my Johnson.
that covers 90% of your Johnson.
Yeah, just the top part. Just right there on the front door. That's a little light.
Okay, we're gonna go backwards once more.
Mm-hmm.
If it's just on the front door,
Yeah.
and that's 90% of
Usually
your
parts
Johnson.
that the kids not. Well, yeah, okay, that does sound like something he would do.
If only your front door is covered, yet that's 90% of
That
what you
sounds
have to
like
offer.
him.
No. So then
Are we?
Oh, no.
I was under the impression.
I don't know. That's why I make jokes. You have to find it. It's like a button on a tuxedo.
What is?
My Johnson. It's small. It's like a cufflink.
No.
You know what I mean? It is nothing to write home about. That Polaroid's not gonna make you through war. You know what I mean? You're not gonna write home about that one. This episode of the You Should Know Podcast is brought to you by Heineken 0.0.
Heineken 0.0 is
Oh,
an
shit, I forgot
alcohol-free
we joined
option
this.
to the original Heineken you all love.
Okay.
It has 100% taste, but 0.0% alcohol.
Love it.
That means it's perfect for all the times where you really want to
This is
just
just a
slam
free
a
roll. I
whole
don't
brew.
really care about it.
But alcohol can't be in the picture.
I feel you. You know, Cam, sometimes we're out, little kickback.
Best thing I've
party
seen in a while. We're
situations,
going
right?
all in.
We got
I have to.
meetings in the morning, 8 a.m.
Sure do.
I love the taste of a Heineken, but I want 0% alcohol. Thank God we bring Heineken 0.0 to the party. Everybody has a good time. They do not lie when they say it's 100% of the taste, 0.0% alcohol. Great times all around.
Heineken 0.0, 100% taste, 0.0% alcohol, and only 69 calories.
Whoa, I love that.
Oh, so little. Now you can. Follow the link in the description to buy now, but remember, you must be 21 or older to purchase. Please enjoy Heineken responsibly.
Now on to the rest of the episode.
The You Should Know Podcast.
What?
Can we fantasize real quick?
About
I'm gonna do a noise, and we're gonna.
CJ,
okay, so it's really just payback then.
Okay, here we go.
We're on the front line.
But who started it?
God blessed be thy name. Thank you for all
I'm
you
calling
Thank you
it.
for your services.
We're on the front line, trench warfare.
Yeah.
I got a
Sitting there
pair of
smoking a
eights.
Marlboro Light, puffing like nobody's
do that.
business.
Honestly, I might just go in.
You're in the middle of.
What are the
war,
odds
you
he
saw
actually has a
Brian get his-
jack?
You got to do something. That's a bit much. But imagine
Shout out the
your
game.
little running boy,
Yeah.
little 15-year-old.
He
ugly, glasses.
called.
He runs through with the mail, throws you a letter.
He may. I
misses
mean, he
you
could have
back at
even
home.
8 ace, and
Nice
still beat
little
me.
Poetry. She's working on the diction.
Yeah.
Then you flip it, and there's a Polaroid,
Of her?
and she's butterball ass naked.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me that wouldn't make you want to go mow down some.
I'm glad I
That
folded. My eights would have meant
oh
nothing.
my God. I would, that's like getting a max ammo in zombies. I would be ready, if I'm being honest. You see a butt naked silhouette of your wife at home back in South Carolina on the farm with a little steed in the background. Oh my gosh, she's butt naked outside. Someone took her picture. Your imagination only goes to the fact it's probably her best friend who's also naked. Yeah. And now, I mean, at this point, give me a Kimbo P90s. I'm running out there. I am running out there.
He's ready to Rambo.
Oh my God, it's gonna be like 4th of July when I'm done. I'm sorry, that's a bit, but that'd be nice.
No, I'm too insecure for that.
Oh no.
I'd be like,
I thought I'd show the platoon. I'd be like, look
All
what
right.
I get to go
We're
home
going
do
for
in
it.
3 months.
We got
I'd
10-9
show
if
the
we hit.
boys. Like, where's your girl, Williams?
All right,
He's sitting there, he's got
R.I.P.
his LCL shot off. He's doctoring his leg. I'm like, oh man.
That's funny.
That dude.
That's funny. No, I would be insecure. I would be too insecure.
What? You or her?
Me. I'd be like,
about her or about you?
About her.
Why?
I mean, who took that?
I mean, yeah.
And then,
No, now that
I
would
would,
suck.
and
Now
then my focus wouldn't be on here, and I'd be gone.
If you know your girl doesn't have a best friend that owns a Polaroid back in the 40s, now it's like who's is it Benji? Who's taking the picture? Like what? Who is that?
Is it the HVAC
is
guy?
Thomas trying to swiggle back into your life? That's okay. I get that. I get that.
I have too many problems.
Let's just piggyback off that.
Piggy me.
I think
oink oink.
If we,
my grandma loved pigs. She's dead now.
If
Cancer. Keep going. She did. She loved. She died. She loved pigs. Now I have an angel pig hanging off a banana holder on a piano. Every time company comes over, they turn it around, and I'm like,
goes, what the? It looks like a little idol, like a little voodoo doll.
And that's supposed to be my grandma.
Yeah, okay. That's not. What? No, it's not.
Yeah, she's
no,
my
it's
she's
not.
my
That's
little.
not supposed to be your grandma.
That's my pig
That
and
is
the angel.
a remembrance of grandma.
Yeah.
Your grandma's not a pig. Let's
No,
just start
no,
there.
no.
Okay. Back to my piggyback.
She's
back to my piggyback naked silhouettes, Akimbo P90s.
I'm so nervous what you're gonna say.
No, this one's a lot more tamed. I think just okay, let's just talk about this. Imagine dating, the dating world.
God, it's scary.
No social media. Oh my God.
Oh my God, I wish.
Like if we were a teenager in 94.
I wish.
Like you're a junior going into senior year, it's
Oh my
95.
God. Oh my God.
Oh my God, it's not that hot yet. Global warming hasn't whooped our ass.
God bless.
Maybe 97 in the summer.
You
not
can wear
108.
leather jackets at night.
You can wear leather jackets and look cool. Give a real Fonzie vibe.
Mm-hmm. Who's that?
But That's for another day.
Okay.
that you gotta watch.
Breakfast Club is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my
Breakfast
life.
Club sucks. It's a shit film. Everyone
I don't
raves
know why
about the
people love
soundtrack.
it.
It's cool. But no.
Yeah,
it's
here we
healthy.
go.
Regardless, just imagine that.
I would love it.
Cause you're a man of when you like a woman. You give attention.
Yeah,
and it's
all
good.
of it.
And you were very, very good with it. Like most guys really aren't. Like I'm not sitting here glazing. I'm just saying like
Glaze me, gloss me up, make me shine.
I'm not glossing you up.
Make me shine in the summer.
All right, let me find it. Click the lamp on. I said, where are you? Oh, there you are, little boy. Regardless, you're very good with that.
Yes.
But imagine that with no other guy trying to hit her DMs. No other picture.
No temptations on the Explore page.
Temptation.
God.
No Safari.
Uh-huh.
No Instagram.
Oh my
no
God.
DMs. No IG Reels. No TikTok.
Oh
no.
Give me head top.
None of that.
Yeah.
She goes to work. She
Yeah.
delivers a couple pizzas. She comes home and bathes. And you're throwing pebbles at the window.
Oh my God, I've thrown a pebble out a window.
God.
Fun fact.
She's driving a 1989 like Saturn Iona. Oh my God.
So I tried to do the pebble at the window type of thing for my high school girlfriend, but I didn't want to go to her house and do it because I was like, I don't know, her dad kind of scares me. So she was in her car at a Sonic in the drive-thru, and I saw her. So I grabbed the rock and I was like, shattered her passenger side window. So had to pay for that one.
Not the smartest decision there.
Oh my God. Okay. Speaking of doing something to someone you know's car, bro, I'm backing out. We're about to go hoop. It's me, Tank,
Another
and
10's
another
coming.
friend, Corbin.
Okay.
Corbin's in my back seat. His car's parked
See, this
on
is
the
why I
side
don't
of
play
the
the
road.
little ones. I don't
I'm
play them
backing out of
seriously.
Tank's driveway. We're about to go hoop. Corbin goes, hey, watch out. I go, no, I'm good. Go, watch out. I said, yeah, I got it. Bam! Hit his car. I literally hit Corbin's car.
Doesn't surprise me.
Corbin is aggressive and he's stout.
Yeah,
Stout man.
he's a thick 'em smack.
He's in my back seat. My eyes are not coming off my rear view. I'm like, if he moves, I am running. I'm like, Corbin, I'm sorry. I will pay for this. Please, let's not do insurance. He was pissed. He couldn't even talk to me. So we go to his house. We just drive straight to his dad's house. He hops out, gets in his car. We go to his dad's. His dad is like a very southern old man. He's like, oh, this ain't nothing, Corbin. You tripping. Now, Cam, you're going to have to pay for this, though. And I was like, all right. And then he racked a shotgun.
I was about to say.
I'm kidding. But he's like, you got to pay for this, da-da-da-da-da. Corbin didn't talk to me for about 2 weeks.
What's wrong with Corbin? What kind of car did he have?
It was like a Malibu.
What was he tripping about?
I get he loves his items, and I ruined it.
Yeah.
But it was like the smallest of dent. His dad even thought that we could go get a suction cup and some hot water.
You
and
can.
fix it.
You can. A little
But
plunger,
Basically,
actually.
I ended up paying like $250, but it was like, it was wild. It was basically more credibility that I'm not the driver I think I am.
No, okay, thank you. You're a shit driver. You can't stay in your own lane. But
that's due to ADHD and distraction.
Which makes you a bad driver. I don't care if you have mental ailments. You're a bad driver. If somebody's blind and they're driving.
I don't have a mental helmet.
Ailment.
Ailment.
What are you saying that I'm not?
You're saying like 3 words at once right now. You're saying element, helmets, and ailments. I don't know. It's like it's a nasty game of Dr. Seuss going on.
You have a mental element.
I don't think you're saying this right.
Are you nuts?
Say it again.
You have a mental element.
You're saying element.
He's struggling a little bit there.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Listen, I gotta go. I gotta run downstairs quick.
Let's think.
You try it.
For a couple things. I'll be back in like 10 minutes. I'm just gonna sit out here.
That is.
Let me
I
register
honestly
from
kind
this
of like
one.
this though. Like I'm starting to fall in love.
So
with
I'll leave this on.
natural, like,
Oh shit! I appreciate the
I'm not gonna
redeem.
lie, and I hope this isn't too insensitive.
All right, yeah.
If you were pumping your gas at about 7:30 at night and you had to walk a long way to throw something away, you could be homeless. You are on the line.
All right, hold on.
You are very
Cheers.
close. Like, let's just hide the watch, maybe take the earrings out. If they see that standing over a trash can, they're thinking you're coming to wash some windows. That's all I'm gonna say.
And then they look at my socks and they're like
Okay.
that, like that.
I will be right back, guys.
Your
Couple minutes.
pinky toe goes sideways.
Appreciate the redeem.
You said there, it's like that. This is your foot. Your pinky toe said that was out there. It said.
No. Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Oh, you hold on.
Because you brought up.
I don't need my windows washed.
I saw Cam punch a homeless guy one time.
I did not punch a homeless guy. You liar. You liar.
Cam punched a homeless guy, took his coins.
I took his coins?
Because you were taking live. It was in college. Yes, Cam.
I punched a homeless guy. No, I did not. Look at you, you sicko.
You wanted to take her on an arcade date, and he said, I need
Don't put that
coins.
on my jacket. No.
Okay, but I have a question, because you're going to have a kid one day, right?
Very soon, actually.
Not very, but soon.
Very soon.
How far along is Liv?
In the relativity of life?
It's January.
Yeah.
We're in July.
That's very... Bro, 6 months is like...
No, it's not. Regardless.
Think about Christmas this year.
Say you have a daughter, right? I think you're going to have a daughter.
So does she.
Okay, yeah, because you are. Okay. You're going to have a daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say...
Oh, she's going to be so cute.
Let's fast forward... Little Ginger. Let's fast forward 15 years, right? 15 years from now.
Are you still with us? What is that smell? What was that smell?
What?
Did you fart?
No.
What did I just smell?
Nothing. No,
I smell something. You're not going to tell me I didn't smell something. What is that smell? What the? What's that?
I don't stink.
I'm not saying it's you. I'm asking. What is that? Are you sure you didn't? Maybe a belch.
These are the same drawers I wore yesterday.
Okay.
But I got Manscaped's ball deodorant on. I swear I do. How do you apply? Do you finger your webbing and then
You finger your webbing. You give it an appetizer.
No, that's what I do on the Sphinx.
I literally go. I move it around in my palm. I literally Johnson in the right, balls in the left, and I go.
No, this is what Cam does. He puts a little bit on his pinky, and he's like, that will cover the balls. But, okay, you have a daughter in 15 years, it's said, right? How are we going about the first time she brings a boyfriend to the house? How are we going to go about that? Because I am going to be there.
I have thought about this. If you're there.
What the does that mean?
Okay, you'll be there. But you're not going to be in the same room at the beginning.
What does that mean?
You're not gonna see the kid right when he walks in. You can be creeping on the stairway. You can be using some little camera system. I don't know. Right when he walks in, it has to be me. It has to be the man of the house that strikes some fear into him.
Okay.
Just it has to be.
Okay.
He can't be like, oh shit, I'm afraid of all your uncles and everybody. There's so many. Like he needs to be like, I can't I can't lose that man's trust.
Okay, good. Okay, I
Okay.
understand. Respect.
So at the beginning, simple shit. I'm not gonna be the dad that racks a shotgun or sitting here. I'm twirling like a ninja star. I'm just like, it says one wrong thing. I'm like,
well, you're not too intimidating yourself because you're like, hey kid, I'll punch you.
I go, you don't want some of this, thumb? No. But at the time, I'd say God's honest. I'm big on, you need to have fear, like a respectful fear, but I don't want you to walk on eggshells around me. Cause it's mainly for me too. I want the kid to feel comfortable to where he can show me his true colors. You see what I'm saying? Not to where it is you, it's you. I knew it was you. I was laughing, I got close to you, and I smelled something bad. You're still shitting your pants, and you lied to me in front of everyone. I knew it was you.
That was new.
No, that was new. Some shit was old and rotten. Something was harvesting in your pants. I'm not kidding you. I literally got on my knee to laugh, and I went, what the is that? And it was bad, bro. It was bad.
That's just me. That wasn't a toot. I haven't been holding that toot for 48 hours.
No, you let one go about half an hour ago. Some's been settling in your pants.
That's just my thigh hair.
Regardless,
stinks.
I want the kid to feel comfortable. Your thigh hair stinks?
Because I genuinely don't wash properly. I haven't used a washcloth, or I'm still using my ex's loofah.
This is gonna sound.
And that was like a year ago.
I would honestly pay you money for us to take that to a lab, to a corporation, put that under a microscope, and let you see all the creepy
on
that loofah.
No, we'd go to another lockdown. There's a new pandemic if they search out.
Dude, you stink, dog. What am I smelling? What is that?
Don't smell. Y'all don't smell anything either, do you?
No, because they're not right next to you. It smells like a bad grape, like a nasty, one of those pruny grapes that's been popped. Don't touch me. That is. I'm not. I'm not having a good time. Let's just say that. I'm not enjoying myself.
I figured out what it was. There's like a little poop bubble sitting on my, and when I went like that, I felt it pop. It was like I had Mardi Gras beads going down my tail line.
So regardless about you almost saying there's a butt plug in you, let's just move past that very quickly. I was 18 to 24 inches away
you can still get
from
touched from that far.
Human waste in your butthole.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's not waste. It's just it's the air of waste. Okay,
we're gonna stop at an Academy
We're meeting
Sports,
your daughter's
and
boyfriend.
We're gonna buy gloves because you need an ass whooping. Oh my God. Back to the kid.
We're meeting your daughter's boyfriend.
Feral creature. I want him to feel comfortable.
Yes.
To where he's gonna show me his true colors.
Right. Good.
Not like I'm not your friend. It's almost like I'm setting bait. If he takes it, he's done.
We're done.
If he doesn't take it, I know he's a solid guy. Hopefully.
Yes.
So I want him to feel comfortable. I'm gonna be stern, but maybe crack a joke or two. Let him talk, whatever. To where he goes into the relationship thinking, oh, her dad's cool.
Cool. Yeah.
Because then the second you're not cool to my daughter, your shit's over.
Yeah.
Now,
when do I get involved here?
you get to come in. I'm gonna fake in the conversation, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna let Mama Bear take it over. I'm like, babe, I'm gonna go get another glass of bourbon real quick. I'm gonna be right back. And then, as I walk back into the living room, Uncle P walks in with him. Maybe Uncle Ryan right behind us. CJ. It's a gang.
They're terrified now.
It is an insurgent. It's like a search and destroy 6-on-1. He's not gonna ace this round.
Yeah.
We're gonna come in. We're gonna clear all the corners. And he's gonna be looking.
Yeah.
And the second every time he looks at you, this guy needs to get 1 foot closer.
Yeah, 100%.
He hears that footstep, he goes over here, you're moving. It's gonna get to the point where there's 12 eyeballs.
So it's
surrounding.
So it's our job to put the actual fear, because I don't want to be this little friend.
Exactly.
I don't care about him.
Exactly.
Because I know, and they're 15, 16, right? You're not gonna be with her forever. You're gonna make her sad one day.
100%.
You're gonna break her heart, and 100%. I know you are. So you know what I'm gonna do?
It's true, baby. It happened to you.
Like, what's the probability she meets the love of her life at 15?
Happened
you know
to
what I mean?
Happened to me. Happened to him.
Yeah.
Happened to him. Happened to him.
Leave me out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab his shirt, right, and I'm gonna put
let me hear what you want to do.
I'm gonna put my lips in that boy's ear.
Oh.
And I'm gonna say, hey, listen, boy, you ever seen 7 before?
Getting a hit called on him because he's dating my daughter?
I said, you break.
Takes my girl to In-N-Out once, and you're getting his whole family off.
You break my niece's heart. You like your little labradoodle at home? It's gonna be hanging off a bridge in Guatemala. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And you'd be like, I'll burn your shoes, dog, on your feet.
Oh. you might not be there. If that is, he can immediately take you to law enforcement at that point.
Oh,
That is
what?
insane.
He can prove that I said that?
He said he's going to hang my dog off a bridge in Guatemala. He's going to burn my feet and kill everyone I've ever known. That's
okay, but then we
has
know
he has to wake up and go to physics.
But then we know he's not the one, because we don't want a snitch in the house. We don't want him.
If he's a rat,
He's out of
gotta
there.
go.
No, but I'm definitely gonna tell him. I'll be like, hey, Uncle P used to be a little city slicker. I know all your little tricks,
I know
right?
all your little dirty dick tricks.
You're not going. Well, okay.
Okay.
Don't put
well,
dirty dick on me.
I meant like a
Don't put-
dirty trick using said penis.
Okay.
I tried to make an alliteration.
I'm gonna be
happen.
like, there's no ice cream dates happening at 10 p.m. on a Wednesday on a school night.
Yeah,
I know what you're gonna go
nothing's
do.
open at 12 besides Waffle House and legs.
You know what I mean?
And it doesn't smell like waffles to me. Get your ass back to your house and bring me my daughter.
This episode of the You Should Know podcast is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
It's finally time for summer travel, and we could not be more excited.
I'm so excited.
Booking.com, Booking.yeah offers so many possibilities across the United States for all the travelers you want to be this summer.
I am going to LA in a couple weeks.
Tell me about it.
I cannot wait to get into that lifestyle. You know how I am, West Hollywood. I'm a menace.
Walking the streets.
Oh my God, and a little Hollywood Boulevard. Oprah Winfrey.
Little coffee bean in the morning.
Mike Tyson.
Beautiful clubs and night scenes at nighttime.
Oh, and Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. I can't wait to get involved in all that. And Booking.com, Booking.yeah makes it possible, and they make it easy.
Booking.com's wide breadth of places to stay across the U.S. make booking whoever you want to be this summer so simple. From spacious villas for your bachelorette parties
Congrats.
to bed and breakfasts for your summer road trips.
Happy birthday.
There are so many great choices on Booking.com. What are you waiting for?
This summer, you can book whoever you want to be on Booking.com, Booking.yeah. Book today on Booking.com. Now on to the rest of the episode. And you know what? Honestly, I'm going to stalk your child. I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to stalk
I was
them.
about to ask you. Let me preface it. You're hanging out with me and Liv. It's a family night. Hopefully your wife too. Hopefully your wife. By that point, 15 years. There we go. Hello. The four of us are hanging out. Huh?
Because
the daughter's like a beautiful
she's a little fragile
pearl.
thing. A boy, I'm gonna tell him. You do not be what Uncle P was like.
Bro, I want you to understand this, because Liv thinks that we're only gonna be like this to the girl. If the boy goes and does some dumb shit,
I'm putting
and
hands
he's
on your
breaking
kid.
Heart, yeah, he's just gonna get like an elbow or a stiff jab.
I'm like, hey, mother.
Yeah, like you don't do that. You don't treat, because I didn't raise you to treat.
We don't
like
treat
that.
women bad.
He didn't show you to treat women like that. Your mom. What if I did that to your mom? Would you feel some type of way? He'd say yes, and then I go, all right, cool. Stick it. Anyway,
comedy podcast.
Comedy podcast, only comedy purpose. I love you, son or daughter. I love you both. I've never put my hands on you, unless you do. So, Liv, I need you to be all eyes and ears on this one. I'm not gonna lie to you. Our daughter. 16 years old.
I know what you're gonna say, and I'm there for it.
And this is not to be weird. And my daughter, when you see this in the future, this isn't to be weird, but it's just it's.
But every girl did it. Every girl went through it.
It's a phase of life.
Every girl, yeah.
Say she's done with her puberty. She's almost full grown. She's trying to show off her body to all these little boys.
God bless her.
She's running around. That's what's on her mind, right? That's on the top
She's
of her
trying to
mind.
impress the boys.
She's trying to impress the boys. But Dad's a psychopath,
Yeah,
right?
and so is
I
Uncle.
said, hey, it's 85 degrees. I want you in burlap sweats and a hoodie. Go to the mall and have fun. She goes, okay, Dad, I love you. Mwah. I get a kiss. Mwah. Mom gets a kiss. She leaves. She gets picked up by her friends, whatever. Maybe she has a car at this point. She drives to Vanessa's house. When she gets to Vanessa's, she's wearing shorts with her ass exposed and gets into a cami, as some women call it.
Oh, it's
Maybe
a cami.
tank top.
See,
spaghetti strings.
oh, God, no.
Yeah,
oh, God, no.
Oh, it's bad. It's
God,
pissing
no.
me. I'm
God,
getting
God,
real
see,
worked
stop.
up. I'm getting hot even thinking
Yeah.
about it. If she does that, we already have a plan of action. I
Oh, my
want you to
God.
hear it.
We've been talking about this for some years.
We've been talking about this for years before you were pregnant. P is going to go and be the Beverly Hills undercover cop for us. Oh, yes, he is. I don't care if you're looking at me and saying, no, he's doing it.
I'm being Forever 21 hiding behind the shoes. I'm be like,
He said he's going to go and scout on one of her first mall trips. Two things. If she did, in fact, change clothes into something way more revealing, that's just a conversation. Because I know her mind. I was a teenager. You were a
All right.
teenager. She's
Sorry
not
about
gonna
that,
get
guys.
necessarily in doghouse, in trouble, but we're going to have a conversation. Now, if she's doing shit that would disgrace our name.
You see her
I am back. Thank you for the hit and run. Yeah, no
If
problem.
my girl is tonguing Eduardo
Colin.
and smoking a cig in the hallway of Auntie
Oh, I
Anne's
came
and
back to
Dick's
pocket
Sporting
aces.
Goods-
Look
He's
at
got
that
a
shit.
forearm in her collarbone.
Yeah.
And be like,
Uncle
I
Pete-
know your
That's
parents.
He has
hilarious.
full permission to slap Eduardo, first off. Steal daughter, literally handcuff her. I'm just kidding. Take her back to the house and we're having a talk. Do you agree or do you not?
Oh, she
No,
can.
if
She can walk around the mall with the
she's
boy.
walking around the mall with the boy.
If I
and she
see
can-
her, if I see him touch her in an inappropriate way,
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
All right.
Comedy podcast.
Comedy
But
podcast.
yes. Okay, now go. Take me through it. You go, you're scouting around the mall, you see stuff you don't like. How do you go about it? Go.
Hey!
Okay. Was she a dog? Hey, come here! You treat you
I have a bell. No, I'm gonna be like.
Take me through the whole thing though. You're creeping. What's your yardage?
I'm gonna have you on the phone.
What's your yardage? How far back are we talking? You
it
like
depends.
6 cars back, or you like right up in?
No,
there?
no, I'm too big. I'm too big, and
You
probably
are.
people are gonna come take pictures, so I have to be kind of hidden. I gotta be almost to where I can't see her.
You have
but
to dress like the old Seminole days. 3XL black hoodie, druid.
Oh my God.
You almost look like
COVID mask.
like a ring wraith out of Lord of the Rings.
God bless you.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna be hidden. I'm gonna be like this. I'm gonna be even more hunched
Trying
at
to
that
picture
point.
it.
I'm almost at a 90-degree angle. So
Okay.
my chin's gonna be in my chest.
You're
at
a
that point.
walking L.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be looking, and then I'm just be like, okay, she has the same clothes on. That's fine. That's fine. It's all good. That's
Good.
good. God, she's
Fantastic
such a good daughter.
Such a good daughter.
But then I see a boy. I don't know that boy. Cam's never told me about that boy.
What does he look like? Doesn't matter. I just want to know for the picture.
You can tell he's a little rock and roll rug and tug.
Does he have any piercing on his face outside of his ear?
Yes.
Get her out of
He's
there.
got a little nose. He's got
Get her out of there.
he's got double nose piercings. He's
Get
a
out of
pretty
there.
boy. He's 16 with a full arm sleeve.
Oh, no, if he's 16 with an arm sleeve and a little bull ring there, I know it's Johnson's piercing. I know he's trying to get it looked at. Get her out of there. Save her. What's their first store? Spencer's? Get her out of there. Save your niece. Save her. He has his nipple pierced too, guaranteed.
Honestly.
Save her.
Would you get your nipples pierced?
Never in a million years.
Didn't we know a guy that had their nipples pierced? Oh no, he was in Austin. I knew him.
Okay, I was about to say, I don't.
He
Back
cut
to your
that out,
saving your niece.
but it's
Yeah.
true. He did.
Save your niece.
Okay, so yeah,
Jokes.
this
comedy
is all
podcast.
just jokes. And I see that rug and tug boy, full arm sleeve, bull ring tattoo, smells like musk, like a good musk. Like you could tell he has like a leather cologne.
Like
And
an
I'd be
animalistic.
I'll be like, you are trouble.
It's like bourbon and cedarwood, but the cologne's not a good one, so it doesn't last, and it's like mixing with his body odor.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. His hair properly gelled, properly
Oh.
gelled hair.
Is it Gorilla Glue? Gorilla Snot?
I don't know. But it's not Miss Jessie's. It's not Miss Jessie's.
Does he purchase it at Walmart?
No. He gets that straight from his barber. Straight from his hairstylist.
Good quality, hopefully.
Good
okay.
quality.
Good
No, it's
ingredients.
good. No, you could tell he cares. He has a toothpick in his mouth.
Does the skateboard?
100%. You could tell he knows how to do an ollie. You know what I mean?
Supras on the feet?
Oh no, he has Vans with a design on them.
Oh God.
He is him.
Okay.
Chain belt.
This kid's good.
I'm gonna go up, and then I see him. I'd be like, I don't know him. I'm gonna go, Cam, do you know this guy? Do you know this guy that looks like Uncle Jesse from
He looks
Full
like-
House?
yeah.
Like, do you know
Oh,
this
of
guy?
course
Tony
he
Hawk?
hits
Yeah.
the ace,
You say no.
man.
I say, Eagle is landed.
Oh,
I'll
we
be
got
right
the
back.
flush. Let's
I
go.
follow them 5 minutes. 5 minutes recoup.
I follow them through the mall.
Okay.
I complained too early there.
Okay.
Right?
They sit down.
No, they're
Okay.
ordering food.
Oh God.
He orders first. Whoa. Be a
Let
gentleman.
my daughter go first.
Right there. He orders his food, one big Slurpee, big hot dog. He goes and sits down. She's
Kids a free. What is there? A gas station in the mall?
Sonic.
Slurpee and a hot dog. Oh, okay.
He goes, sits down, leaves your daughter to order by herself. Oh
No
God,
shot.
no.
No shot.
She's rummaging through her purse. She has no money. She's a kid. Rummaging through her
Well,
purse. Well, you'll make sure she has money.
she's got money.
But she spent it already.
On what?
Gas.
Okay.
So she's looking through her purse. She's panicked. She's panicked. She's hungry now. She's not able to go get her food. She's hungry. I already hate this guy.
Yeah.
My niece is
I hate him
hungry.
too.
Feed my niece. He is eating the hot dog and the Slurpee. I go up to him. I take that hot dog, shove it down his throat, pour the icy on him, take your niece back home.
Real ass uncle right there, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what I mean?
Hey, give it up for Uncle P. What a savage uncle. Yes or no? Did the kid like the hot dog going down?
She can hate me forever.
No,
I don't-
she would not hate you.
She
brother.
can hate me for her teenage years. I know these boys. I know
Yeah.
how boys
And
work.
honest to God, the fact that he did it away from her, That's like plus 10,000 aura for him
Yeah.
because she didn't get physically embarrassed in the moment.
Oh, I would never embarrass her.
Yeah, so
that's not true. I'm definitely gonna
that's
embarrass
good.
your kids.
Do you hold your breath when you poop?
If I'm pushing. So yeah, pretty much every time.
Like a.
That's it. That's what it
How
sounds
long
like.
do you push?
Until I reach success.
If you had to gauge it.
This might be a little graphic, but I have a good suck in, suck out method. You know what I mean? I gotta, like, I'm like, but it's too long and I'm starting to get lightheaded. Right back up. We'll shoot that. It's like, you know when you go to the bank drive-through and the thing goes right back up, the little tube. That's me. You know what I mean? I have a suction cup sphincter.
You have a shot back ass. Your shit.
Yeah.
That is terrifying. So you do for my.
Yeah, no, I'll go in and out 5 minutes until it's
okay. You know what? I'm tired of this shit.
I might have a hemorrhoid.
Let's
I might have a hemorrhoid. If I were to bend over in front of y'all, you'd be like, "Is that a baboon or is that Peyton?" You know what I mean? I have the same ass as a circus clown's nose. It's bubbly and red.
Okay, stop, and let's be honest.
Yeah.
With the world right now, if you sat down.
Yeah.
Because your answer's going to piss me off. If you sat down on a porcelain throne, no cell phone in sight, how long does it take you to poop? From
Cell phone.
From start to completion.
What'd
the
I eat?
second your ass hits.
What'd I eat? Was it post-gym Chipotle?
Regular diet.
Regular diet?
Post-gym doesn't count because your blood is going to other places. Your butthole might not expand as much.
Is that a fact?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Sounds good.
I would say no phone. I'm 6 minutes. 7 minutes.
So am I disgusting for the fact that I can sit down, probably complete my entire poop,
You don't wipe, so it takes some
wipe
time
my
off.
ass
Yeah.
multiple times till completion, flush, stand up, and start to wash my hands in under 120 seconds?
Your butthole is like a canal. You have a Hoover Dam asshole. Like your shit, you could import
Welcome
and
back.
export
Thank you.
immigrants through your butthole.
Yeah, I just had to take care of a couple
How wide
things.
open you are.
Had someone stop up
You know
real
what
quick.
I mean?
But we're all good now.
You could ship.
Until I lose this
Pablo
last
Escobar would
$4 and
use
go
you
broke.
as a
but-
mule. How wide open you are, if that's a fact.
Did you say I can move immigrants with my asshole?
Yeah.
Is that really nasty though? Like if I don't have a phone, but I
That,
think another thing is
man.
I wait until I'm almost about to shit on myself.
If you were to bend over in front of me and I would
it's
speak,
like-
if I would speak into your butthole,
Have the
there'd be
best
an echo.
hand, and
Okay,
then
but
That's how wide open you are. I'd be like, hello,
Every time.
hello.
not every time, but it feels like
That's
every
how-
time.
are you okay? Okay.
We could use you as a megaphone or a live show.
I just go. I'm like,
They would be like,
and you're speaking into it this way, and it goes. It shoots back out. You're like, you should know. Oh,
they'd be like, we don't have any. We forgot the second mic at the station. We forgot the second mic. It's all right. Cam will bend over.
Yeah,
it's all
I'll
right.
bend over. We're right here.
Don't speak into him.
Is that bad though?
Cam, I'm telling you, you have issues.
No, I don't.
How'd you get there?
Bro, but that's the thing though. I'm borderline hedgehogging like before I sit down, because I don't like bathrooms aren't like hot to me. I don't like a bathroom.
It's not a sexual experience.
It's not at all. It could be.
It could be.
Depends on the height of the counters. But good morning. I have a seed that's gonna watch this. Anyway.
That's why you're here.
That's hello. Good morning to you. I don't like the second I sit down. God's honest truth.
Yes.
God's honest truth. Nothing for the podcast. Nothing.
Yeah. No comedy purposes. This is
no
facts.
comedy. This is fact.
Okay.
8 out of 10 of my poops could be done under 90 seconds.
Cam.
It's bro, but it's not a weird thing. I'm not going. Like I'm not stressing. I literally sit down, and the second I sit, I guess I open, and it goes, and it's gone.
I could
and
use.
I'm like,
that's not good, Cam.
I go.
I could use your ass as a sneaker closet. You have a 6-car garage ass. Like that is. You could park 3 Hummers in there.
Park a Ford Raptor. We could get an ass. I can make a home gym.
No, okay. No, that is strange. I'm 6 to 7 minutes because
I see now. I don't believe that.
I have perforations on my sphincter. Like
But
there's going to be at least you ever had an open wound and blew on it? That's what it's like when I'm trying to poop. There's a sharp
it's like your thing is scabbed over and you gotta rip the scab off. Oh my god. I'm sorry if any of you are eating right now. Holy hell. Oh, man.
How quick is your turnaround time?
How
eating the
does he
food?
have pocket aces?
Depends if I had enough liquid. Depends if I have enough oil to oil up the pipes.
I looked at my dad different one time. First time I went to Vegas with him is when Vegas was still doing buffets, and that was like the main part of Vegas.
I know what you're going to say.
My dad would kill like 3 plates. He's not a huge man.
He's not.
So that's a lot of food.
Stout guy, though.
Stout guy, strong guy.
Strong guy.
He would
stout
eat
guy, pull-up guy.
three plates of a all-you-can-eat buffet, right? He'd be like, "I'll be right back." He would go to the bathroom. He would clear himself out with his bunghole. 3 more plates. And he says, "Are you ready to gamble?" Now I said, how do you still have an appetite after experiencing waste coming out of you in a room full of other people's waste to go complete some more spring egg rolls?
Yep.
How does that happen? Are you that kind of guy?
I have done that in a Chinese buffet and a local Applebee's.
I think that's white people stuff.
I stopped eating to shit
Okay.
to return to food.
That's disgusting to me.
And I did it with a smile on my face.
If
'Cause I said I'm about at 85, went. I said, now I'm at about 40. Let me go back and devour. So those chips and quesos taste even better when you got more room to fill.
You know that's nasty.
I wash my hands with soap.
God bless you.
You want to know why soap and hand sanitizers only kill 99.9% of germs?
Because if they killed 100% of them,
you'd never have to buy it again.
That's also not true either.
Dad joke of the day.
That's not true.
If you killed 100% of germs?
Guess what? As soon as they kill 100% of the germs, you're going to go touch something else. Or you're going to go get re-germed. So you could go kill 100% again.
100% of germs. What does that mean? If 100% of humans died, does someone else just wake up the next day?
It's not a life or death thing. That's a false comparison.
Well, 100% of something is...
All of it. All of the area that it is touching.
No,
right here.
But that's the joke. That's the
It's
joke.
not a... Okay, so I'm saying it's a dumb joke.
Guys, I
it's not
appreciate.
accurate.
Guys, I appreciate the follow.
At hand sand?
Appreciate it there, man.
No, do you understand? Do you understand that that's wrong still, though?
Yes, but the joke, in the premise of the joke, is because if it killed 100% of germs, all germs die, you never buy it again.
Which it was still not true, though. You would still have to go buy hand sanitizer again because you're going to go touch things with germs.
You're fun at parties, aren't you? You're fun at parties.
But
You
am I
love
right?
shitting
I
on-
am
you love
him.
shitting on dad jokes?
Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear you say. Put it
Yep,
on my tombstone.
I'm him.
But a question.
You know what I'm going to put on my tombstone?
What?
Came in second place MVP voting to Duke Dennis. That's going to be on my tombstone.
Okay, but I have a question, though. And you're going to make fun of me, and I feel like a large percent of the internet's going to make fun of me.
Get ready, y'all.
We've been on tour, right?
Yes.
We've been driving around everywhere, flying around everywhere. I've been looking at streets, right? We're driving
lot of
down
Martin Luther
Houston.
King
I call it the horrible hand, and I'm actually gonna win that hand. Figured if I can't win with the good hands, I'll try the bad hands.
A lot of Martin Luther King. Like, there's a lot of Cesar Chavez elementaries. There's a lot of them, man. And there's a lot. There really is. And I love it.
Do you?
I had friends that went to a Cesar Chavez elementary.
You know but Cam, every time we pass by MLK, you're like, let's get off this street. You're like, I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe.
I said, I feel right at home on this street. I said, these are my people. I have. That is
You're like,
my
why
street.
have they been standing outside for so long?
I'm like, are you not on the clock, brother? Oh man, yeah, that's bad.
But I have a question, genuine question.
Okay.
We've been driving around a lot of places, and I've been reading street signs. And I have a question. Why are there different names for different streets? Not like Oak Street or like Lebanon Avenue. Not that. But like, what is the difference? Why are some streets called street? Why are some streets called lane, avenue, road, trail? Why is that?
That is a hell of a question.
God bless.
And I have no clue.
Okay, let's try to figure it out together.
Okay.
Because every road, like I would think if you're naming a road and the last word of it is trail, I should be experiencing some gravel
I
here.
should see a sidewalk with some cool trees somewhere near my house.
You know what I mean? I should see some body of water around.
Yes.
But what is a lane and what is an avenue?
Yeah, and what
feel-
is a drive?
Exactly.
Driving is what I do,
I feel like
not
it-
where I stay.
If I were to have an answer, I would say drive is around a residential neighborhood. Like I feel like drive is we're gonna go park a car soon at a house.
Why? But what is that not also just a road?
let me break it down to
Lane.
you.
What is a lane?
Lane.
I peel off the tollway and I just park and I'm there?
Avenue is, I think there's cities around. We're going down this avenue. There's a tall commercial building that's an avenue.
I can get behind that.
A lane, there's a lot of white people around. Huh. If you're going down a street that says lane, you're going to see 4 to 5 Caucasians every 30 seconds. I want to say something so bad. Don't. The intrusive thought is there.
Oh, no,
I know what you're going to say.
No, but I couldn't fully cultivate it or curate it in my mind. What the hell? What? Where? What's the ending of
Street. This is a street.
It's street?
Yeah.
See, now what sense does that make? Because you just said. You said avenue feels big
City.
building, city, but we're on a street.
I don't understand it.
We need to find that out.
Yeah, why do I think honestly, I used to want my name on a street, and I felt like that would be the highest honor. Because I grew up
the highest honor.
Yeah.
That's the highest piece of valor you could get in your life is to have a Peyton Harden street.
Yeah, I want to be like I want Peyton Harden Court.
Peyton Harden Court.
Yeah.
Maybe not Peyton Harden Elementary.
No, not like a courthouse.
Peyton Harden, no. Peyton Harden Recess Center. Peyton Harden, the highest honor is to have a street named after you?
Yeah, because I'm on every Google Maps.
If you're a building, you're on every Google Maps.
No, but you have
And you actually provide a service, not just driving.
You have to touch me.
Oh my God, your street would have potholes, no sewage system. There'd be weeds everywhere, no sidewalk. It'd be bad.
No, they would just name it after me.
My wife...
That was a crazy question.
My wife just said, do you have to keep up with the street if it gets named after you?
Yeah. That was a crazy question.
Are you shitting me, Liv?
You think Steve Harvey's out? You think MLK was out there cleaning up the street?
Yeah. You think MLK is going to Pennsylvania, to Detroit, down to LA, back to Texas?
Like, get this trash off our
remembrance,
it's
legacy.
Like a. But I want my old street in Pflugerville to be named Peyton Harden Court. I feel like I could get it done.
We're gonna find this out.
Away, exactly. I feel like away, it's connecting 3 streets to each other. You know what I don't get about roads, and I want them to all be demolished or keep it in Germany.
6, 7, he's 8, 9.
That clockwise.
Oh, the roundabout.
It's so.
You know, I said last time I was never depositing into this website again.
The other day
I remember why.
Because he was following us. Where are we going? Doesn't even matter.
Your apartment.
But we were going, and I went in the roundabout, and I just went smooth in, went out, and I turned around and looked, and I literally saw you. You were like looking left, right. You took like half a foot. You stopped the car hard, and you're like, I was like, bro, like
it's because there's too much going, and that wasn't in the driving test. Those didn't exist when I was 16.
Oh my God. Okay, we have our answer.
Let's go.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Actually, let's make a quiz out of this.
Okay.
I'm gonna say each of them. You're gonna guess the actual significance, and I'm gonna say it's not just because it wants to be named this. Like there's actual reason.
Okay, let's go.
So you're gonna guess the reason. I'm gonna say the actual reason.
I'm excited.
Okay, a road. Why are some ending in road? Why are they called a road?
Because it was the original original piece of land that was okay.
Can be anything that connects 2 points. The most basic naming of conventions. Anything that connects 2 points is a road.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the street name road.
No, it is. These are all these.
Oh, okay.
I didn't give you the Merriam-Webster of a road. I'm saying that's why it's called a road.
That seems like that would be the definition of road.
I'm saying probably you got to think probably back then, like say neighborhood, there's literally like 12 houses or something, and they build like a gas station that connects the neighborhood to the gas station. That'd probably be called a road or something like that. My understanding.
Isn't it so impressive people that built roads in cities, like people that manufactured that? Like how do all these roads connect?
Roads back then.
Like this
literal
road,
cobblestone.
Like the road that we're on right now connects to like Canada.
Yeah, you know, dude, the Pan American Highway. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Starts in Canada, goes all the way to the bottom of South America.
No, that's not true. There's ocean there.
No, there's not. It's connected.
Holy shit. There's not an ocean between us and South America.
Around it.
In between it. We're not connected.
We are literally connected.
North America and South America are no, they're not. No, it's not.
Wait, it's that one. Central America. That's what connects us. Its literal name. It's in the center.
What countries in Central America?
Like El Salvador, Nicaragua, Honduras, stuff like that. That's Central America.
No, Cam, let's think about this.
Okay, no, shut up. It goes from Canada.
No, listen,
all the way down,
dude. No.
All the way in the States.
Listen.
Into Mexico. Into Central America.
Just
However,
take it.
I don't know where Central America is.
there's a 60-yard or a 60-mile, 60-mile dense forest once you hit South America called the Duarte Pass, where you have to get in specialized vehicles to get through it to get back on the Pan American Highway.
Why do you know this and you just learned how to make a fist 2 months ago? Like, that's so crazy to me. You know about a road that goes to Guadalajara and Nicaragua.
You be careful. I like
say
No, I like weird things. I have a lot of senseless, useless knowledge. It's kind of fun, but it's kind of like, what am I doing?
Pull up a map right now. Look. Canada, North America, and us. Well, no, that's all the same.
Yeah.
But like, so us, our continent, right?
Yeah.
Florida's in there, Wisconsin, we're all here,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
So that's us, and Canada's there. Antarctica's a little bit up top to the left.
Yes.
And then you go down, and that's Mexico. That's still us.
Correct.
Ocean.
No.
Yes, sir.
It's
I've looked at the map my whole life.
It's literally, then you look at it wrong, you stupid bum.
See, we get that globe over there? Yes, get that globe. And Cam, I'll pay you $1,000 if there's not an ocean between us. I'll pay you $1,000 right now.
I'm telling you, will have to give me $1,000 if you put your hand out. There's water all around it. There's oceans to the left.
That's in between.
There's oceans to the right. The land connects.
No, it does not.
Put your hand out. $1,000. No. All right, buddy.
Watch this. Watch this. When C comes, Cam, I've looked at him. Liv's like, All right, CJ brought the globe. Which one's us?
You find it, buddy.
Which one's us?
Find
like
it.
What globe?
They're all the same.
That's shit me.
Oh, what do you know?
No, this is an updated one. No.
Globe?
No,
that's the globe, you rat bastard.
This is a 2020.
Hey up!
No, that doesn't count.
Yeah, it does. You shook.
That's never been there.
That's always there. That is Central America.
That's Mexico. Bitch, does that not say Mexico on the thing?
Yes. What about all the other ones? Little names right there.
It's all the same thing. It's Mexico.
That's not Mexico.
That's a different country in the same land.
Yeah.
That's possible?
Just how we have different states in the same land.
Okay, we're all the same country, though.
What does that matter? Africa.
We don't call it Central America. We don't call it North America.
Africa. The continent of Africa.
We don't say East America.
The continent of Africa is what?
Africa.
Is what? Inside of it.
Africa.
Okay, say it one more time. See if that makes it right. Sudan, South Africa.
Sudan's in Africa?
Do you, I need to steal your devices from you. I need to put you in front of the History Channel in a textbook for 2 months.
I didn't get it.
There's Africa as a whole, but there's a bunch of countries.
Let's do it. Okay, you're not giving me credit for how good I am at geography.
Guatemala, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, all of it.
Okay, you're not giving me enough credit for how good I am at geography, so let's give me a geography quiz.
A geography quiz?
Yeah.
What do you, what?
It's just a basic geography quiz.
Okay. Geography quiz. Right. So you are disturbingly bad at geography. No, I literally entered in most basic geography quiz. That is my actual Google search.
Almost disrespectful.
Oh, and you're still gonna probably surprise a lot. Here we go.
What English sentence was that?
I said a lot. Here we go. Geography quiz, trivia, very simple.
I got it.
Okay. What is the largest country in the world by area?
China.
Absolutely wrong. It's Russia.
Russia and China's in the same continent. That's why I got confused. Uh-huh.
You're still wrong. It's country.
Okay.
And it's Russia. So 0 for 1.
Okay, well, that's fine.
What river is the longest in the world?
Nile.
You better get that.
Nile.
Thank you. The Nile.
Because...
Yeah, go for it. Explanation time.
Because...
Yep.
The Nile is a river in Egypt. Your husband...
What?
The Nile is a river in Egypt. Your husband...
What are you saying?
Yeah, the Nile is a river in Egypt. Your husband... It's a Nicki Minaj quote. I'm a barb. So I'm 1 for 2.
Well, me. I don't know what just happened.
Wow.
Which country has the most
Oh,
natural
2 pairs,
lakes?
man.
Huh?
Which country has the most natural lakes?
America.
Wrong. Canada. It's our next door neighbor.
Canada got lakes?
Got a whole hell of a lot of them. What is the...
This is basic?
What? Very basic. What is the smallest country in the entire world?
Oh.
This is going to be a trick one, dude. You're not going to get it right.
Smallest country. It's one of the little ones.
Okay.
Is it south or east?
Excuse me? About north and west, you creep.
Because I know it's either south.
I'll give you a hint. It's in Europe.
Oh, UK. The United Kingdom.
You're like a ferret on fentanyl. You say stuff that makes no sense, makes no correlation, and it's like the second you hear some gets triggered and you just spit something out.
No, because
I said Europe, you go, oh, UK.
No.
UK is big.
No,
UK is quite large.
No, because I heard you can drive 45 minutes from one side to the other. By trolley, we're going to the tube. You want some?
All right. I think I'm gonna call it here because I hate this poker site. It is the worst one I ever play on. So many bad beats and so many cold hands, and I see it still has not changed from the last time I played on it. But I definitely appreciate you guys hanging out. I will be on probably tomorrow because I don't start work again until Wednesday. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good night. I will talk to you later. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do yet, but I'll figure it out. So I hope you guys have a good night. Thanks again for tuning in. GG's.